The camera opens on a slow pan across the massive auditorium, where thousands of faces glow under golden lights. The excitement is almost electric, buzzing through the air like static before a storm. The stage stands under the iconic star-shaped arch, shining with anticipation. Tonight is just another episode to most viewers, but for one young boy waiting behind the curtains, tonight is the moment that will reshape his entire life. He stands small, barefoot as always, his clothes simple, his eyes wide with fear and hope fighting inside them. His hands fidget with the hem of the shirt that has grown too small as he grew too fast. He presses his lips together, whispering something under his breath in Tagalog, as though reminding himself that he belongs here even if everything around him feels too big, too bright, too far from the world he comes from. The backstage host kneels slightly to look him in the eye, asking gently if he is ready. He nods, but his nod is trembling, like he is trying to hold himself together despite the hurricane of nerves swirling inside his heart. His mother stands behind him, her hands squeezing her son's shoulders. Her eyes glisten, not with fear but pride. She whispers something meant only for him. Words of courage, words of love, words of a mother whose son is about to step into a world that once felt unreachable. He takes a deep breath as the stage manager signals. It is time. He walks onto the stage, his small footsteps echoing louder than he expects. The crowd murmurs. Some smile, charmed by how tiny he seems against the gigantic backdrop. Others lean forward, curious. The judges look up. Simon raises an eyebrow, studying the little boy carefully, wondering who he is and what he has come to do. Sophia smiles warmly, her eyes soft. Howie leans forward slightly, intrigued. Heidi gives a gentle wave, encouraging him silently. He stops at the microphone. He is so short he has to look up to speak into it. His voice cracks slightly when he says hello. The entire audience murmurs an affectionate ah. The judges smile. The boy introduces himself with his soft Filipino accent, saying his name, his age, and the fact that he has traveled all the way from the Philippines to be there today. His voice shakes but carries something deeper, something fragile yet powerful. Simon asks why he came to the show. The boy looks down at his feet for a moment before lifting his eyes and saying he wants to help his family, that he wants to give them a better life. The crowd reacts, moved already. Simon nods, then asks what he will be performing. The boy says he will sing. A hush falls. The music begins. It is soft at first, a gentle melody that fills the air with a warm glow. The boy closes his eyes for a second, collecting every ounce of courage he has ever had. When he opens them, something inside him shifts. His fear dissolves into purpose. And then he starts to sing. His voice is small at first, but pure. Clear as fresh water. The first few notes float across the auditorium, melting in the hearts of everyone listening. The audience leans in as though the sound itself is pulling them closer. But then, as he continues, his voice grows stronger, soaring, unexpectedly powerful for such a tiny frame. It carries pain, hope, dreams, and childhood innocence all at once. People in the audience begin to wipe tears even though they cannot yet explain why the boy's voice hits so deeply. It feels like watching a flower bloom in fast motion, delicate yet astonishing. The boy sings with his eyes half closed, as though reliving memories. Memories of days selling candies in the sun. Of nights sleeping to the sound of rain hitting tin roofs. Of mornings waking up hungry but still grateful. His voice carries the weight of every moment of struggle he has ever endured. Yet it also shines with the light of every dream he still holds onto. The judges exchange glances. This is different. This is special. Halfway through the performance, the boy hits a note so beautiful, so heartbreakingly alive, that the entire crowd gasps. Even Simon's eyes widen, surprised by the emotional punch. The boy does not hold back. He pours his soul into the music as if it is his only chance in the world to be heard. The audience rises to its feet before the song even finishes. They cannot stay seated. The emotion is too heavy, too real. When he reaches the final note, his voice trembles softly, lingering in the air like a prayer. Then he stands there in silence, chest rising and falling, unsure whether he has done enough. The silence lasts only a second, but to him it feels like a lifetime. Then the entire auditorium erupts into applause so loud it startles him. The boy jumps slightly, eyes widening, then quickly looks down shyly as tears begin to spill from his eyes. He covers his face with both hands, trying to hide his emotion, but the cameras catch every second. The audience continues cheering, some shouting words of encouragement, others clapping so hard their palms turn red. The judges rise to their feet, giving him a standing ovation. Heidi is the first to speak, expressing how deeply moved she is. She tells him his voice is a gift, that his heart is full of something that touches people in ways words cannot. Next, Sophia shares that she felt every emotion in his performance. She says she could see the little boy's courage glowing on stage, shining brighter than the lights. Howie wipes his eyes and confesses that the boy reminded him that talent does not come from privilege or comfort. Talent comes from struggle, heart, and resilience. She tells him he is a miracle. Then it is Simon's turn. He waits a moment, letting the silence grow. Everyone watches him, knowing something important is coming. Simon then looks at the boy and says something that makes the boy's breath catch in his throat. Simon tells him that he has a magic quality that cannot be taught, bought, or explained. A pure soul shining through a voice that reaches into people and changes something inside them. Simon adds that the little Filipino boy came to this stage saying he wanted to help his family, and that what he just did, the world needed to hear it. The boy starts to cry again, quietly. His mother backstage covers her mouth, tears running down her face. She presses her hands to her heart, overwhelmed with gratitude. Then something happens. A judge leans forward, looks at the boy with warmth and certainty, and reaches for the golden buzzer. The audience screams, understanding before the judge even presses it. The boy's eyes go wide, his lips parting as he whispers no under his breath, unable to believe what is happening. But it is happening. The judge slams the golden buzzer. The auditorium explodes with sound. Confetti blasts from above, showering the stage in shimmering gold. The boy looks straight up as the golden rain falls, his tears mixing with the falling light. He raises his hands slowly, spinning in a tiny circle as though afraid this is just a dream that will vanish if he moves too fast. People in the crowd are crying openly. Even Simon smiles softly, moved by the moment. The boy's mother runs onto the stage, unable to hold back any longer. She hugs him tightly, holding him like she will never let go. The boy sobs against her chest. He whispers again and again, "I did it." She kisses the top of his head and says, "Yes, you did, my son. You did." She tells him that his father, watching from the Philippines, will be the proudest man alive. The cameras capture every raw, beautiful second. As the confetti continues falling, the boy looks at the judges through his tears. He mouths "thank you" repeatedly, unable to find his voice. The judges smile, waving at him, telling him he deserves it. The crowd chants his name. He stands there, bathed in gold, his face glowing with joy and disbelief. This is more than a performance. This is a life-changing moment. But the script does not end here. After the show, the boy sits backstage, still trembling with emotion. A staff member hands him a bottle of water. His mother sits beside him, holding his small hand as he tries to process everything. He keeps asking her if it really happened. She keeps telling him yes, it was real, that he earned every second of it. He tells her he wants to call his father. She nods. They video call him, and the moment the father appears on the screen, he breaks down. He tells his son how proud he is, how proud the whole family is, how proud the Philippines will be when they see this. The boy cries again, tears streaming down his cheeks. The father asks to hear the story of what happened on stage. The boy describes everything, the judges, the audience, the song, the golden buzzer. His father listens quietly, smiling through tears. When the call ends, the boy wipes his eyes and sits there for a moment, staring at his hands. He whispers to himself that this is just the beginning. Then the camera cuts to the crowds outside, talking about the boy. People say they have never heard a voice so full of emotion. Some say he reminded them of their own childhoods. Others say he reminded them that dreams belong to everyone, even the poor, even the small, even the forgotten. The world is already talking about him. News outlets in the Philippines talk about him too. They share his story. They show clips of him singing on the streets before he ever knew what AGT was. They interview neighbors who talk about the boy's humility, kindness, and determination. When the boy returns to his hotel that night, he stands by the window, looking out at the city lights. He has never seen so many lights before. He presses his hand to the glass and whispers that one day he will bring his family here to see this view. His mother comes to stand beside him. They share a quiet moment, both knowing their lives have changed forever. The next morning, the boy wakes up to find the world knows his name. Messages pour in from around the globe. Clips of his golden buzzer moment go viral. Celebrities tweet about him. Other Filipino artists reach out to congratulate him. He sees the love pouring in and feels overwhelmed. The following week, AGT posts the full version of his audition. The comments flood instantly. People write paragraphs about how his voice healed them, moved them, inspired them. Some say he reminded them of their own struggles. Others say they haven't cried this much in years. The boy reads as many comments as he can, smiling to himself. He does not fully understand the impact he has made, but he feels the love. His mother sits beside him, reading along, her heart swelling with pride. Days turn into weeks. The boy trains for the next rounds. Vocal coaches work with him, helping him refine his technique. Choreographers teach him how to stand more confidently. Interviewers ask him about his life, his dreams, his journey. He speaks softly but confidently, grateful and humble. Then comes the next round. This time he walks on stage with a confidence he never had before. He is still the same boy, still soft-spoken, still humble, but now he understands his own worth. He understands that he belongs on that stage. He performs again. Another breathtaking performance. Another standing ovation. His story continues through the competition, each round revealing more of his talent, his depth, his strength. His mother watches from the wings every time, praying silently, loving loudly. The boy never forgets where he came from. In interviews he talks about home, about the streets he used to walk barefoot, about the nights he helped his mother sell snacks, about the mornings he woke up early to help his siblings. He says he sings for them, for his father, for everyone who believed in him. His story inspires millions around the world. When he reaches the finals, audiences already know him by heart. People hold signs with his name. Children from the Philippines record videos cheering him on. The world is rooting for him. On the night of the finals, before he sings, he takes a moment to breathe. His mother squeezes his shoulder. He tells her he wants to make the Philippines proud. She tells him he already has. He takes the stage. The lights dim. A single spotlight falls on him. He sings with everything he has left inside him. Every note carries the weight of his journey. Every lyric becomes a piece of his story. When he finishes, the audience rises again. The judges look emotional. The world erupts in applause. The results come later. Whether he wins or not, it almost doesn't matter. His life has changed. His family's life has changed. The world has seen him. And the golden buzzer moment remains the moment that started it all. A small boy from the Philippines, barefoot and shy, stepped onto a stage far from home and poured his heart into a song. And the world listened. The story of a child who had nothing but a dream, and found everything he needed when the world finally decided to believe in him. A story that proves that talent knows no borders, that hope grows even in the hardest places, and that sometimes, it takes just one song to change a life forever.